Great Arabelle.
I hoped that by investigating the Ascendant Order, we'd uncover a clue as to how to find the missing Alliance leaders. Now we have it on good authority that they may be on Amenos. From the cookpot to the campfire, as my great-aunt Ailes used to say.
Out of the frying pan into the fire, right? Cookpot into the campfire, huh?
It's just a saying, dear. As you're still on retainer, I'd like you to spearhead our rescue efforts. Jakan will go with you to the island, then you'll split up to search for the royals. It's risky, but there's a lot of ground to cover.
Well, how do we get to the island? Even though we've been here multiple times.
Aboard a prison ship. They sail for Amenos regularly from the Dufort docks. We'll be contracting the services of a Captain Basrush. She's a dear friend. Jakan and I will meet you there after I finish briefing Captain Colleen and the others.
Alright, I'm in Defon Docks.
While you head to the Dufort docks, I'll discuss our plan with the Alliance captains. We'll need them for this to succeed. Captain Basrush will get you to the island safely. I know for a fact she can't refuse a purse full of gold.
How did Jakar not get off the island once we find the Alliance leaders?
Captains Colleen, Suzo, and Zaji have been procuring ships just for that purpose. The waters around Amenos are treacherous, but I have faith in their skills. I wish I could send more agents to help you, but I prefer to keep a low profile.
Low profile? Why?
For the same reason you're traveling by prison ship, so as not to alarm House Menard. We still don't know the extent of their involvement, or if they're making their own play against Emmerich and the others. Anything else, dear, or can we get moving?
Maybe more about Captain Brashar and his ship. Or her ship.
Oh, Basrush is delightful. You'll
Ice
get
Rush.
along with her smashingly. We met when she was a smuggler operating along the Sentinel coast. Now she runs under a charter from House Menard, ferrying prisoners and supplies to Amenos Station.
Has Amenos always been in prison?
Goodness, no. It served as a haven for pirates and smugglers once, before the Empire decided it was a perfect place to dump its undesirables. Political prisoners, prisoners of war, rival nobles. Emmerich continues the practice to the current day.
What else should I know about Amenos?
The entire archipelago sits atop the bones of an ancient volcano. Sheer cliffs, jagged reefs, and dangerous currents make Amenos a perfect site for a prison. The only safe landing on the isle is the dock at Amenos Station.
So Amenos Station is a town?
I suppose you can call it that. It serves the nearby prison stockade, though the worst offenders are banished to the jungle. The Empire used to send prisoners to Amenos, and it still is a dumping ground for people the authorities want to disappear.
So the prisoners have free run of the jungle?
They do something to the prisoners. They call it processing. Once that occurs, they can only survive in the Amenos jungle. They go anywhere else, they die. At least that's what they tell them. So yes, the jungle belongs to the prison gangs.
You know anything more about processing?
It's a closely guarded secret, I'm afraid. When prisoners are selected for banishment, they undergo some sort of magical or alchemical treatment. After that, they can only survive in the jungle. Is it true? Does it matter? The prisoners believe it.
But if one of the Alliance leaders have been processed, that's going to be an issue, isn't it? No. How does House Menard fit into this?
House Menard runs the prison stockade for the Daggerfall Crown. They profit off the prisoner exchanges, the mines in the jungle, other prisoner labor. And they maintain Amenos Station, the only true civilization on the entire island.
Remind me what we're doing here again?
Sometimes I lose track of days myself, dear. Lord Bacaro hired me to provide security for the upcoming peace talks. I oversaw the arrangements to get the Alliance leaders to High Isle safely. Unfortunately, the Ascendant Order uncovered those plans.
Right, and the Ascendant Magus summoned the storm to sink the ships before they could reach High Isle, right?
Precisely. These bandit knights tried to kill High King Emmerich, Queen Irene, and Prince Ernskar, but the Magus lost control of his spell. Thanks to you, we now believe the leaders are on the island of Amenos. We're going to rescue them, my dear.
Wait, what? The prison island? Shouldn't I get a say in this?
Oh, I know you can't stand to be left out of the action. Think of the stories you can tell of your daring escape.
Well, that's true. I guess I'm easy to read.
Like a book, dear.
Karn, do you have anything to say about this?
If I were the Alliance leaders, I'd take my chances with the Sharks. Anything to avoid Amenos. Well, let's get on with this before I come to my senses. When we get there, I'll investigate the stockade in town. That leaves the jungle for you.
Off we go to the bay.
Oh, good. I didn't want to walk.
I always miss the stairwell up.
Sorry, Lady Arabelle. I couldn't find any of the volumes on your list at my last port.
No time for books today, my darling. My friend has a favor to ask, so play nicely.
Captain Bazrush?
Good health to you, Wayfarer. I'm the captain of the Shackled Guar. Now tell me, what grand adventure has Lady Arabelle drafted you into, and what does it have to do with me? Talk fast, Mainlander. I sail for Amenos on the tide.
Lady Arabelle wants us to go with you. You need to go to Amenos and without being noticed.
Oh? And I suppose she's offering her usual pouch of gold and the promise of an evening's company at her manor? She does know the way to this sailor's heart.
So you get us to Amenos?
If that's your port of call, who am I to argue? Just know the dangers before you step aboard my ship. If they process you in the stockade, you'll never leave Amenos alive. If you head into the jungle, beware the beasts and the gangs of banished.
Gangs of the Banished?
The gangs of prisoners who band together to survive in the jungle. They're all bad, but the green serpents are the worst. Here, for you and the pretty boy. Disguises. Put them on and try to look appropriately forlorn as you go aboard my ship.
Why do we need disguises again?
You need disguises because you want to travel aboard a prison ship. And because you want to avoid notice when we reach Amenos. So, disguises. You'll look like just two more poor bastards bound for the prison island, guaranteed.
And how do you know Lady Arabelle?
You know the lady. She picks up strays wherever she goes. Helps with her work, and she enjoys the company. The first time we met, she was supposed to arrest me for smuggling. Instead, she turned me into an operative, and we broke a much larger ring.
Sounds dangerous. How'd she convince you to do that?
Oh, the lady has her ways. And I could never say no to a pouch full of gold and a pretty face. Say, your face is pretty. Maybe if you survive and make it off Amenos, you can call on me. Just ask around the docks. Everyone knows old Bazrush.
Karn, how do you feel about this?
Jakarn do this, Jakarn do that. Jakarn, put on a disguise so you can board a transport to a prison island from which you'll probably never return. Ugh, things I do for gold.
Arabelle?
See, what did I tell you, dear? An all-expense-paid voyage and a brand-new outfit. If a tad frayed and smelling of fish, do put it on and let's see how you look as a prisoner.
Alright.
The Shackled Guar is just down the pier. Move, you dirty prisoners.
You get them there, you old sea dog, and I'll get them out.
I'll do my job, Arabelle. And remember, I like pomegranate wine with my salted mutton.
I'm in rags and he's still in leathers. Hi.
Get aboard, wretch.
Alright. Hey, how's everyone doing? How's everyone so down?
Prisoners are aboard, Captain.
2 more latecomers, Juris.
These prisoners aren't on my list.
Then add them. I'll tell you about it later.
As you say, Captain. Get aboard, you scum!
I'm already on board. Alright.
Inside, prisoner. Move!
Hi, how you doing?
Into the stockade, dog. I won't tell you again.
Okay, that's very mean.
The garrison's safe now, but there'll soon be another fight. Another way to raise our weapons in battle. Mark my words.
Trustees again. Hi. Who do you know?
This fire is for trustees. Anyone else becomes kindling.
Hmm.
Over here.
How are you a guard now, Jakarn? Oh, I see how.
Like my new outfit? What better way to search Amenos Station than disguised as a jailer, huh? I'll see what I can learn about our missing royals here in the stockade and around town. You head to the jungle. From what I already heard, you need to hurry.
What did you hear?
Before I engaged in 2 of my 3 favorite activities, eavesdropping and thievery, I heard the jailers talking about a bounty placed by the Green Serpent's prison gang. They're offering a reward for 3 nobles that washed ashore in the jungle.
These related to the 3 alliance leaders? Honestly, like 3 nobles? Yeah, probably.
What else could it be? Do you know of any other noble-born people who were lost at sea in the area? So head north and go through the big gate. That's your way into the jungle. Meanwhile, I'll see whether or not House Mornard is involved in all this.
Let's find the alliance leaders. How should I get off this island?
First, find the leaders. If you can't do that, find the serpents. One of them is bound to know something. I hear they have a camp northeast of the jungle gate. And take this flare. The 3 captains are circling the island waiting for your signal.
Any other words to advice before I head out?
Try not to let anything in the scary jungle kill you. Just head north, go through the gate, and head north some more. I hear there's a green serpent camp out that way. Hey, you got this! I mean, you probably got this. If anyone's got this, it's you.
Any useful words of advice?
Ooh, that's hurtful. And here I thought we were friends. But let me think. Oh, there's a coin fort on the far side of the island. Steer clear of that unless you run out of other options. It's controlled by the serpents, and they're stone-cold killers.
Do you think the green serpents are connected with the Ascended Order?
I haven't seen any signs of the Order here on Amenos. Yet. But there must be a connection, right? How else would the serpents know about the Alliance leaders if the Ascendant Order didn't tip them off?
Alright, I'll head into the jungle.
And I'll start digging around out here. Oh, and if you were wondering, I'll hop a ship back to High Isle when I'm finished. Easy enough out here in Amenos Station, as long as you don't look like one of the prisoners.
Good luck.
After you secure the royals, find a clear beach and fire that flare.
You think the serpents were telling the truth? Freedom? If we find the lost nobles?
You know the Kaishiti's saying. If it sounds too good, it probably is.
I don't care what you say. I'm heading into the jungle.
Don't be stupid, Rasa. You're safer here in the stockade.
I am a good hunter. Freedom or death?
Look at here. New meat.
What's that Khajiit talking about?
You've got big ears, new meat. But if you must know, word around this stockade is that the Green Serpents are offering a way off this rock. Something about friends in high places. You just need to find a trio of nobles supposedly wandering the jungle.
Sound like you don't believe it.
What gave it away? The fact that no one gets off this rock? Or that the serpents have friends in high places? Or maybe how ridiculous it is to imagine nobles lost in the jungle. I'll tell you what I told Rasa. Going into the jungle is crazy.
Are you a political prisoner, a war criminal, or a murderer? Oh, I know. You're the second cousin of a duke sent here to rot.
Why do I even talk to you?
Through this gate lies the jungle of Amenos. Your home for the rest of your
This one
miserable
knows she can never
lives.
leave the jungle. But sometimes slipping through that gate is so tempting.
On the camp, right? Map.
You failed again, Lasham.
It's not my fault. They're dangerous, powerful.
I'm dangerous too, wretch. Musi, hush, kill.
No, nothing can. Ah!
Triple the guard on the captured royal, and find the others. I promised all three to the Ascendant Magus, and I won't
Green Servant Bounty. Word for anyone who brings the three nobles lost in the jungle to me, alive. The Ascendant Order has promised pardons and a way off this miserable island, even for the banished. And don't even think about don't even think to try to approach the Order directly. They only deal with me. If you let these nobles slip through your fingers, there will be there will not be anywhere in this jungle safe from the teeth of my beasts. Find the nobles and earn your freedom. That's G. Hi.
You've got a talent for finding those.
Lasham's report. Boss, I'm pretty sure the nobles made it ashore and are wandering in the jungle, but I'll be damned if I can find them. I keep sending blades down to the water, and we keep on losing them. Someone or something is picking them off in the jungle. One old sea dog managed to make it to the northeast of the shore, and I swear, boss, this is what he said. Some kind of big cat monster was ripping into some of the guys in the surf. He beat a hasty retreat. I'm headed inland to gather more recruits and get them armed. Then we'll go back out searching the northeast shoreline. Just want to let you know, Asham. I don't think they expected me to get up here. Uh-oh. We got someplace we shouldn't have. There's wreckage around here. Casca!
Another fight. Well, if you
Oh,
Casca, it's me. It's me.
Walker, is that you? What are you doing here? Are you a prisoner? No matter. Just seeing you makes me feel 100 times better.
Good to see you, Casca. Zaji's been very worried about you.
Sachi's alive. That's good to know. Now I can kill him for getting us wrecked as soon as I see him. Well, when the storm hit, it was all I could do to hang on to some wreckage and make it to this beach. We're on Amenos, right?
Yep, the prison island. I came to find you and the 3 alliance leaders.
The Alliance leaders, right. I keep meaning to try to find Queen Irene, but every time I get started, more of those prison mongrels rush out of the jungle and attack me. I love a good fight as much as the next sailor, but I'm exhausted.
Well, if you're up for it, we can search for the queen right after the and the others. Yeah.
Sure.
You can search.
Two
Yeah, we
noses
can
are
go
better
search.
than one. If we can pick up Queen Irene's scent, I can track her. That's sort of my specialty. The nose knows, as the kittens say. Stay close and follow me.
Oh, right behind you, Casca.
Let's look around. If I catch a familiar scent, I can follow it.
How did you and Zaji get picked to be the queen's escort?
Peace conference. Is that what this is all about?
Yeah.
Saji received orders from the crown. Probably because of our reputation as dragon slayers. And smugglers. We're good at that too.
Dragon slayers and also smugglers. And what about the rest of your crew?
Chisbari, Sidura, and the rest stayed behind in Central because of the secrecy. They gave us royal agents to crew the Pounce. I'm not sure there are any other survivors to find. I didn't see anyone else make it to shore.
Hmm.
Let's stay on track. The scent doesn't lead that way.
This doesn't look like the perfect pounce, though. Either way.
The right way.
All right, all right. Go it. Show me where to go. Where to go? Oh.
Give me a moment. Someone used this shelter recently. Their scent is fresh. Familiar. This way. What have we got here? The remains of a fire. There are tracks here. This way.
Strip sand.
Let me take a sniff. Ah. There was a fight here. What's that? On the ground.
Each medallion.
That medallion has the Queen's scent all over it. There. I have her trail. Follow me.
I think Queen Aaron is probably going to be the most most capable fighter. Hey, come on.
This jungle is dangerous, Casca. Maybe your friend shouldn't be wandering about.
Hey, what's up? You dead?
Be careful out there, Walker. And tell the Queen I'll be all right. She's much too important to worry about a few cuts and scratches. I'll be fine.
Gross up.
Lie down for a bit.
Queen Aaron, hi.
Ariel, bless my crown, but it's good to see you, my friend. Don't tell me you got washed onto this oblivion-cursed rock, too. You have my apologies, old friend. I must smell like a 3-day dead gua right now.
Lady Arabelle sent me to find you and the other alliance leaders.
Ah, Lady Arabelle. I knew she wouldn't leave us to rot in this jungle. But she only sent you. Not an army or a chivalry of knights? No matter. I welcome the company. Trouncing these green serpent bastards is amusing, but I'm starting to grow weary.
I can signal rescue ship to come as soon as you find Hiking Emmerich and Prince Iskar.
Ah, yes. We were together for a time, but we argued and he rushed off in a huff. I believe I know where to find him after we make some preparations for our rescue. You can signal a ship, but I can help calm the storm that hugs the coast.
How can you do that?
Never heard about my time with the Sea Elf pirates? They taught me some weather magic. Could you get what I need for the ritual? A claw from a volcanic beast, a feather, and the bones of a drowned sailor. Sadly, these beaches are thick with those.
Find the items you need to make the weather ritual, I guess.
Gather the claw, a feather, and the bones, and I'll make sure the rescue ship can reach the shore safely. While you're gone, I want to take a look at Casca's wounds. She won't admit it, but I can see that she's hurt pretty badly.
You tell me what happened before your ship was wrecked?
It was a well-planned and dastardly attack. I could sense the magical nature of the summoned storm, and none of my own arcane protections functioned. They blocked them somehow. If the storm hadn't raged out of control, I'd be dead now.
You know they lost control of the storm ritual?
Of course. I'm not an archmage, but I know my way around a spell or two. They must have had agents aboard as well, because I sensed a pulse of magicka before the storm hit. Whatever it was, the bastards rendered every enchanted item we had useless.
Do you plan to go forward with the peace talks?
Absolutely. Tamriel is changing and her leaders must adapt. The situation in Cyrodiil right now, I can't see a way forward. Perhaps these talks represent a solution. I'm always in favor of people sitting down to have an earnest conversation.
You mentioned the pulse. You mentioned the pulse of Ashka. Is that why you couldn't be tracked your? Is that why we can't track your medallions?
Perhaps. I also understand that Amenos has protections in place to discourage scrying and portal spells. Between the two, it's no wonder the Mages Guild couldn't trace our medallions.
You plan to go forward with the peace talks? I think we already asked that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Casca, you've been injured. Let me tend to your wounds.
Just gonna pet you now. Casca's gonna make biscuits. Am I permanently stealth or something?
You going to enchant something with that? Can I watch?
She's claw.
Nicely done.
Taylor Bones. RP Feather.
Casca will be all right.
Oh, here you are.
Items? Well done. While portals to and from Amenos are prohibited, I can teleport within the confines of the island. It just takes more effort. Interesting. Thank you for procuring these items. With them, I can clear the storm when we're ready to depart.
Yeah, I need to find High King Emmerich and Prince Iskar still.
Oh, very well, if you insist. You may not believe this, but Emmerich and I do not always see eye to eye. He's as
You'll
stubborn
say.
as his throne is uncomfortable. Why the Bretons insist their king must suffer every time he sits down, I'll never understand.
Where were you when High King Emmerich took off on his own?
Here, I'll mark your map. It was just north of here. I wonder how excited you'll be when the eagle and the lion are back together again. We tend to argue. A lot. I'll catch up after I prepare the items you brought me for the ritual.
All right. Oh, be careful. Green serpents are still hunting you.
Have no fear, I'll be along shortly. I just need to... Never mind, it's complicated. Magica. Don't worry, I've got this. Go find Emmerich.
Can you tell me what happened to you before the ship was wrecked? I think we did.
It was a well-planned and dastardly attack. Of course. I'm not an archmage. Absolutely.
Repeats.
I'll be fine. I just need a moment. Sea elf magics are always so particular. This little beauty will help us immensely. You'll see.
Ooh. Chinese spell.
This is the spot, but no Emmerich. That man is infuriating. This complicates the situation. Let's talk.
Gangs?
Emmerich isn't here, but he left behind a number of green serpents. For a man of his advanced years, he can still swing a powerful sword.
You tell me what happened before your ship got resurrected?
It was a well-planned...
Oh, yeah, we did.
Of course. I'm not an... Absolutely. Tamriel is changing. Emmerich isn't here, but he left behind...
Any ideas how we can find Hiking Emmerich now?
Emmerich is nothing if not reliable. Look at the way the dead serpents are laid out. Isn't it obvious? He left a trail to follow. It leads directly into the cave just up the path. Go ahead and look for him.
You're not coming?
I'll be along shortly. The poultices should have done their job by now, so I want to go back and retrieve Casca. We will want her strength at our side before this is over. And she needs to be nearby when you signal for the rescue ship.
Alright, I'll go look for Hiking Emmerich.
Don't worry about me. If I could survive the politics of Somerset, I can handle an inhospitable island. I'll retrieve Casca and we'll meet up with you in a bit.
Sure. Alright. I keep on wanting to do that, like that unread item. Into the cliffs we go. They're gonna be up by the boss, isn't he? Clam. Or clam. There we go. We doubt for a second there.
I just fell out.
Don't fall. Don't fall. Whee!
More of you vile serpents to fight. Good. I'm just getting started. You don't appear to be one of these green serpent ruffians. Shame. I was hoping to notch an even 20. My friend.
Yeah, Merc.
Turn of fate to meet you here, of all places. I didn't accidentally banish you to Amenos, did I? No, of course not. I'd remember if I saw your name on one of those prison writs. But what are you doing here? Pray, tell.
Lady Arabelle sent me to find you and the other alliance leaders.
Lady Arabelle, you say? How is the dear woman? She and I have shared quite a few close calls over the years. But she only sent you? I assumed I merited at least a dozen knights or so. Ah, well, I assume you have a way to get us off this damn island.
I can signal Rex's ship, and as soon as we find Prince Iskar, and Queen Irene can clear the storm.
Ah, you've seen Irene. And she's still alive? Good. Do you know, I was looking for young Ernskar when these serpents rushed out and tried to toss me in that cage. I showed them. But I think they may have captured our wayward Nord prince.
I did overhear some green serpents mention they captured one of you.
I half expected to find our young Nord prince sitting atop a pile of dead serpents, but no such luck. Let's take a look around and see if we can find anything that points to where the serpents might be holding Uran's pup.
All right, let's go look around.
Come to think of it, I also heard these serpents mention a captured noble. I suppose that's what whoever's behind this told them. No reason to reveal we're royals. Instantly raises the bounty. I really wish I'd taken one of them prisoner, though.
Why'd the pack send Prince Iskar instead of his father?
That's a good question. Yoren the Scald King was invited, of course, but the official response we got out of Mournhold was short and sweet. His son would negotiate on the Pact's behalf.
You think that's going to be a problem?
Not for me. I have heard that Ernskar is something of a royal pain in the arse. But aren't we all, to some extent? Perhaps Yoren is using this as a training exercise. If Ernskar doesn't make matters worse, maybe he'll learn something.
What does a High King do exactly, anyways?
What does a High King do? Everything and nothing, or so it seems some days. I lead the Daggerfall Covenant, I rule over High Rock, and I attend meetings. So many meetings. Any other questions before more of these serpents show up?
How'd you gain a crown? We already know this, though.
Over my strenuous objections, honestly. I was Earl of Cumberland. Before King Gardner died, he dropped dead of the Nahartan flu, and suddenly I was crowned King of Wayrest. Haven't had a decent night's sleep since.
Why found the Covenant?
When Rancer challenged my rule, an alliance seemed a prudent course for a quick resolution. Luckily, it was still in place when the Empire collapsed. The Covenant represents a return to the ideals of the past, and I believe, our best hope for peace.
Are you trained to be a High King?
Being the eldest son of a noble house, I was trained to lead, though not necessarily to be a king. My father sent me to the best teachers. I particularly remember studying under Count Ravenwatch, a brilliant man, and still a good friend. That's a good... not for me. I have her.
Right.
Look around. Ernskar was here before they moved him. I'm sure of it.
Axe. Sungar, Axe of the Skull King. Legendary Axe of Jorn Skull King. Given to Prince Iskar to show the support for the peace talks.
The Scald King's axe. Ernskar held that like Queen Maria grips a sweet roll. He wouldn't give it up willingly.
Letter from Donji. Maybe the Skull King's axe, good for you. I'm sure it will be an excellent trophy. Also tells me that the nobles are more important than the Senate mages let on. But why don't we have the other two nobles in our hands yet? Get out there and find the others. The mages doesn't accept excuses. They want these three nobles, whoever they turn out to be, and so do I. I want the reward the mages promised, a way off this rock and our freedom. Tell those idiots to get to work, or I'll feed them to every one of you to my beautiful pets. And make sure the one we have secured in the coin fort. Just be careful. He fights like a giant. SG.
Fights like a giant. That sounds like Ernskar. And he's at the coin fort. Well done.
All right, off we go then.
Let's find Queen Irene, shall we? All that dead lout had was this bottle of wine.
You drinking?
Ugh. Sour. Is there no joy on this damned island?
He's trying to drink.
If I were to break an ankle making this jump, Queen Maria would kill me. I'll go around and meet you outside.
That's like the first reason I've ever heard that they don't follow you, right? I'd follow you, but my wife would kill you if I sprained an ankle. I go the long way around.
Good to see you still well, Emmerich.
And you, Irene. Nice, cat. I say, friend, let's chat.
Casca, don't eat.
Thanks to Queen Irene, my wounds are healed and my claws are sharp. I'm ready to do what's necessary to get us off this island.
Irene?
See what Emmerich wants. He gets grumpy if his wishes aren't immediately obeyed. I can wait until you're done to find out what happened in there.
I washed up alone, and now I'm surrounded by allies. At least, allies for the nonce. It's funny how fate can change in a moment, eh? Let's talk about the things we found in the cave.
Well, we found a note from the Green Secret Leader.
Right. Mentions taking their captive noble to the coin fort. That has to be Prince Ernskar. Amenos used to be a stronghold for High Rock slave traders, but that was many years ago. There's a crumbling old ruin just west of here.
There were Breton slave traders?
A long time ago, yes. Not something the Covenant sanctions today, but you're missing the pertinent point. The Green Serpent Gang is using the old coin fort as a hideout, and they're holding Prince Ernskar there.
And we also found the Skull King's axe.
We did indeed. There are songs sung about that weapon. Literally. Yoren performed one of them the last time we shared company. We must return it to the prince when we find him. Anyway, our course seems clear. We make for the coin fort to the west.
Right. Let's go to the coin fort.
Don't worry about me. I'll meet you at the coin fort. It's just west of here, if I remember my maps. I'll just spend the walk thinking about the choices I've made. A little retrospective. To the coin fort. Shall we journey there together, Irene?
Casca will run ahead and clear the path. I'll make my own way there. I'll see you at the fort. Do try to keep pace with Casca, Emmerich. She'll keep you safe.
And she's gone. Again. Don't worry about me. I'll just take the long way around. I could use a nice walk.
So prickly. I'm just gonna teleport. You guys enjoy yourselves here.
Yes! Are we going to race?
Mm-hmm.
I love harvesting runestones.
Mm-hmm. Can't get through there. Around to the side, maybe?
Truth be told, this is one of the most relaxing diplomatic missions I've had in quite some time.
Walker, we need to talk.
Casca?
Bright moons shine upon us, Walker. Before you arrived, I did some sniffing. A scent like the one that lingers on that axe you found. It's inside the Coin Lord's old fort. I'd bet Zaji's left ear that it's Prince Ernskar.
Sure. I mean, Zaji's pretty protective of that left ear. Any ideas how we're gonna get inside?
Queen Irene suggests subterfuge. They seek the nobles. Let's give them one.
You're suggesting we hand over one of the Alliance leaders?
In a word, yes. Pretend Emmerich is your prisoner. Escort him to the front gate and wait for them to let you in. Meanwhile, the Queen and I will await your signal. After we free Ernskar, we'll find a place to signal the rescue ship.
Well, as long as the High King agrees, that could work.
The High King most definitely agrees. Lead on, my foul captor.
Come, Casca. Let's see how much trouble we can get into.
If you insist.
How do you like this plan?
Lead the way, captor, my captor. Ha ha ha. Those green serpents will never see through our clever ruse.
He's way too into this.
They captured one of the nobles. You, bring that prisoner inside at once. Sentry, unlock the gate.
Ready to go in?
I'll draw the serpents out. Be ready.
Hands off, you bastard!
That's one of the nobles Dishji wants.
High
Unlock
King
the gate.
Emmerich
Grab
is
it.
no one's prisoner.
Steady, my friend.
Attack!
Well done. Casca and I will cause a distraction. Go find Prince Ernskar.
In we go. Left first.
The Ascendant Order won't make good on their promise if he's dead next.
Can I assume this is a rescue?
Probably.
The King's Arrow? Is that really you, my friend? Where you fly, victory is sure to follow. But what are you doing here? How did you find me?
I'm here with High King Emmerich and Irene. Came to rescue you.
So all three Alliance delegates still live. Good. As soon as I came ashore, I was set upon by the serpents. I made the bastards pay. But even the son of Uren, the Skull King, can't fight an entire prison gang on his own. There were too many of them.
Well, here's your father's axe. Come on. Once we reach the shore, we can signal the ship to pick us up.
Sungir, axe of the Skull King. Ah, it feels good to cradle you in my arms again, you powerful blade. But we can't go yet. The Serpent said that something called the Ascendant Order is behind us. Their leaders,
The Lord and Magus are here.
It's not the time for that right now, Franciscar. We need to get the other. We need to get you all over to, and we need to get you and the others to High Isle.
And we will, after we deal with the Ascendant Order leaders. Emmerich would agree, and so would Irene. Come.
No.
We can deal with these traitors in one fell swoop.
I'm with you, but that's a stupid idea.
With Sungir once more in hand, I feel better already. Let's find this Ascendant Lord and his Magus. I want to show them what it means to attack a Nord warrior.
Why isn't your father attending these peace talks, by the way?
Someone was going to ask that eventually. Publicly, Yoren wants me to step up. The Pact is a sprawling alliance facing threats from all sides. The Skull King has many responsibilities. This is his way to finally allow me to share his burdens.
Privately?
Privately. The old goat is someone warming his bed at night, and refuses to stray too far from home. She's a lovely Riften lass. Brunhilde. My father's never been happier. He was only too eager to let me travel in his stead and represent the Pact.
Who doesn't want to be king anymore, huh? So, after all this, do you think the plan is to participate? Do you still plan to participate in the peace talks?
Hope is for poets, like my father. I am a warrior. One does not shy from battle at the first sign of danger. Even if nothing is gained from these conversations, Emmerich, Irene, and I shall be the ones who decide when to quit the field.
Tell me about yourself.
Curious about the Prince of Windhelm, are you? What do you want to know? I have nothing to hide.
How was the pack formed? Give us a refresher course.
You don't know the story? How our three disparate peoples came together to repel the Akaviri invaders? I haven't always thought so, but I believe the Nords, the Dark Elves, and the Argonians are truly stronger together. I've seen it firsthand.
Did you and your father get along? That seems kind of personal.
A personal question. My relationship with the Skull King is complex. He loves the chance to teach lessons, to pass on his tales. But he is still disappointed that I can't sing, forever denying him that father-son duet he's always dreamed of.
He's more upset that, like, why can't you sing like me? You're always going to be a warrior like all the other Nords. Really? What did you do before you took the role as prince?
My role? I've been a prince my entire life. My youth was not unlike yours, I imagine. I hunted, I fought, and I learned my lessons. I bathed in the frigid waterfalls that crash from the high peaks, and wrestled with wolves for sport. The usual. It feels good to be armed again. I've missed you, Sungir.
I'll get Irene and Casca. We'll wait for your signal.
Someone tried to steal my rations yesterday. I slipped.
We will have your missing nobles by day's end, my lord.
See that you do. Magus, summon the Order. We meet on High Isle on the morrow.
Enough! Let's get down there!
My liege, we must go.
Have to break away.
Find a way outside so you can signal the ship. I need a moment. Guess I'm not as recovered as I thought.
Sure, you're okay?
Magus and his lord escaped. Damn cowards. Go on. Find a way outside and signal that ship you promised. I'll be right behind you.
Alright, alright.
I can see the ocean. That's a good place to use your signal. Shores, folks. Let's see that light all the way back in Wilhelm. Let's get to the dock.
Where's the dock? Can't jump over the edge.
Is it over?
This doesn't seem good.
Hold them at bay. The elf rituals are fickle things, but I shall quietly see.
Green serpents, attack!
Don't let them interrupt the queen.
No! My pets! Kill you!
Or you'll be killed.
Not so big and bad now,
Patience,
are
lad.
you?
Irene is working on that.
Wind, waves, and sword. Heed my call and still your fury.
It's working.
I don't believe it. She actually did it.
Onto the ship, quickly.
The perfect pounce 2?
We got them all, even Casca. Friend, give the word and Zaji will have you back at Mandrake Manor before you know it.
Emmerich?
A daring rescue, a clean escape. Well done, my friend. I can't wait to tell Queen Maria all about it.
What were you up to while Prince Iskar and I were trying to stop the Ascended Lord and the Magus?
I kept busy, if that's what you're asking. We made our way around the fort and kept the bulk of the Serpent's forces occupied. Casca was a real champion. She cut down 3 ruffians for every one that Irene or I dealt with.
Why do you think the Ascended Order was trying to stop you from reaching the peace talks?
For all their rhetoric, it's clear that the Ascendant Order doesn't want the war in Cyrodiil to end, at least not with one of us on the throne. They're the worst kind of evil, a malicious greed masquerading as a benevolent purpose.
Here, one question there.
A daring rescue.
Hey, Ben.
Very well. Thanks for asking. It feels like forever and a day since you acted with my authority on the Covenant's behalf, doesn't it? I must say, shipwrecked or not, it's a pleasure to have you by my side again.
What do you think about the events at Orsinium? That's where the shoot, what is it? It's a god damn it. It's a I'm trying to remember the king's name over there. Can't recall though.
Korog.
Yeah,
He
it's his
was
name.
complicated. Quite literally saved my life, you know. Your role in his death and Basrag's rise to power, all very understandable given the situation. But I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a somber day when I heard the news.
How are you getting along with Basrag?
Well, we've had him by the palace a few times. He brings along a barrel of Korog's favorite ale, and we toast the memory of dead warriors. Strong alliances have been forged on less than that, don't you know?
Did you hear about the Daedric plot in Blackwood?
I did. The reports were terrible. After everything that's happened, you'd think one more Daedric prince trying to take over the world wouldn't shock me. And yet...
The Emperor making weapons out of children's is a lot on the stomach.
It's not as if the Longhouse Emperors were known for their temperance, but yes, it's disgusting. Incredibly impressive, your actions in Blackwood.
How did you...
Actually, I have a question for you. The head of my intelligence ring, Copper Daria, she's an Ogrim. Scares me half to death, but she's terribly effective. She mentioned your name in connection to the Thieves Guild, of all things. Care to explain?
Some friends of mine got unfairly targeted in Mastery. I just went to help them out, really.
Ha! Good answer. I'll let you in on a little secret the other Alliance leaders won't tell you. Commerce in Tamriel won't work without outlaws. Why else do you think we let them place those ostentatious little hidey holes and refuges everywhere?
It's quite honest. Anything else?
Very well. Actually, I have a question for you.
Anything else for that?
A daring rescue. Very well. Thanks for asking. That's a good question.
Let's see. Casca.
Thank you, Walker. It's good to feel my claws on the deck of a ship again. And it's good to be back with Zaji. That lazy Khajiit is lost without me.
Princess Scar. You okay?
The Ascended Magus and his lord are cowards. Neither would stand and fight. They call themselves knights? Hardly. At least we heard their plans. A meeting on High Isle, we heard the Ascended Lord say.
Where you been, Princess Scar?
You mean aside from being half drowned and captured by a prison gang? I fought in many battles, worked at my father's side, and I have started knitting. One of the Grands at the castle has been teaching me. Says it's good for my temperament.
Jeez. The events of Bannerfall. What do you think?
If you put a blade to my neck and asked me to explain Al-Sav, the tribunal, I'd probably go down in a spray of blood. I read in the reports you were there. Saved a god, stopped a rock from the heavens. Standard fare for you.
Kind of strange experience.
I can only imagine. Father introduced me to the tribunal. When Lord Vivek spoke, it was like the chimes of the universe sounding in my ears. And so the seal. I'm not so sure about that one. Almalexia is all right, though. Intense, but all right.
She's the most bloodthirsty of them all. A battle together in solitude is not something I'll soon forget.
Nor I, my friend. Vampires and a mad Jarl. Now that's the stuff my father loves to sing about. And that Svala is... well, she's a commanding presence. She's changed so much since we were children.
Oh, are you taking a liking to her, sir?
What? No. What an impertinent question. You are lucky you are the savior of Western Skyrim. fancy's fun. I could never. What were we talking about again?
Did you hear about my adventure in Murkmire?
Your adventure in... Oh, yes. Something about a big sack of amber, right? As brave as the Argonians can be, the Hist makes as much sense to me as a high elf at Hrothgar. Did you stop some kind of threat? Or save someone's life?
It was a sad day. I had to leave behind a friend to help some people in need.
Truly. Apologies for my levity, friend. Ask a Nord warband if they would die for their fellows, and you will see a forest of raised fists. Yet another thing my people and the warriors of Blackmarsh have in common, I suppose. The Ascended Magus and his lord are cowards. Neither would stand and fight.
We need to return to Madrake Manor here and inform Lady Arabelle.
Of course. But you must tell her what I'd learned while I was a captive. The Ascended Order is behind all this, and they are led by the Ascended Lord and his Magus.
But we kind of knew that already.
Truly? Well, you did not know that they were planning a big meeting on High Isle until we heard the Ascended Lord say it, so that's something. And did you know the Lord planned to kill us as soon as the Green Serpents delivered us to him?
You sure the Order wants you all dead?
As sure as we made it onto this ship alive. They want to make a show of it. You could hear it in their voices. This Magus, this Lord, they hunger for power. And the death of 3 Alliance leaders would be quite a start to their feast.
We didn't have anything else on that, right?
A daring
Nope.
rescue, a cleanest.
Oh, okay. Where's Iran?
As depressing as it sounds, that's the most fun I've had in months. To be honest, I wasn't sure the ritual would work. If it hadn't, let's assume Zaji could have navigated through the storm and reached us anyway. Yeah, let's go with that.
How fares the Alliance?
Royal duties in Elden Root are as frustrating as ever, but the Dominion holds strong. There's been so much strife just in the few years I've been queen. Is it wrong to hope peace might one day surround the Eagle Banner?
Hope not, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Some days I fear all this death and pain will be for nothing. But in times like these, times that challenge every belief we have, we must stand together. That's why the Dominion was founded, and why we will claim victory in the end.
How have you been, Your Majesty?
They say these are the times that try a mer's soul, but I want to believe I've risen to the occasion. Our first adventure together feels like a lifetime ago, though, doesn't it? If I'm to be stuck on a jungle island with anyone, I'm glad it's you.
I'm sad I didn't see you on Somerset. I'm sad I didn't see you on Somerset.
I was as well. That business was ghastly, and I thank you for your help. Meanwhile, I was stuck in yet another interminable meeting at Elden Root. I can assure you, Daedric princes or no, you were having more fun than I was.
I suppose so. By the way, about the proxy queen.
I'm sorry. You met Elwinari at a very difficult time. She's actually a lovely person, and she has a brilliant mind. I desperately wish I could have been there to lend my aid. And my sword arm. I don't get to unsheath my sword nearly enough.
You don't mind me asking, how did the Order attack succeed?
It was a well-planned and dastardly attack.
No, we already did that.
I'm not an archmage, but I know my way around a spell or two. They must have had agents aboard as well, because
Nope, that's just a repeat of that.
As depressing as it sounds, that's the most fun I've had in months. They say these
How's Razendar?
I swear, that eye of mine. He gets friskier and friskier with each passing day. Our last conversation was not about matters of state or threats to my security, but about the meritorious backside of a Gratwood emissary. Riveting.
Victoria's backside of a Gratwood? Oh, jeez, Razendar. I'm surprised he's not here with you.
I sent him on ahead to prepare the way, but who knows where that cat has gotten to. I promised there would be no trouble, that all the secrecy and careful planning would make the voyage uneventful. Stars above, I'll never hear the end of it now.
Where is he, by the way, if he got sent ahead? Have you had a chance to talk to Queen Chimera?
I have. I would have said anyone was better than that terrible Farn woman, but Chimera is a stars-blessed delight. She's so brave. The idea of the two of you facing down dragons. That's another battle I could only read about in an eyes report.
Well, she's going to make an excellent queen.
I think so as well. Core to the Dominion is self-governance and respect for every culture. But if we can see a unified Anakina and Palatine, if the Khajiiti people can rally behind a single voice, it would certainly make my life easier. As depressing as it sounds, that's the most fun I've had in months.
Do you have any trouble reaching the dock?
To be honest. Between Emmerich and I, the green serpents scattered like leaves in a strong breeze. And thanks to Casca's formidable presence, the rest were quick to abandon their posts. I made sure to hold off on the ritual until I saw the signal flare.
Do you think they were going to have more trouble with the Ascended Order?
Absolutely. They raised a storm and sank 3 ships to try to kill us. As long as their leaders live, there's no reason to expect them to just surrender. At least Emmerich, Ernskar, and I still draw breath. Thanks to you.
Zaji?
Zaji's ship was closest when the signal flare ignited. Do you like it? I call it the perfect pounce, too! Anyway, Zaji is supposed to get you back to Mandrake Manor as quick as he can. Just give the order, and we'll leave these dreadful shores.
Can we get a F in chat for the perfect pounce? Feels wrong to call this perfect pounce too. Doesn't even have like the paint or the flair that the original had.
Ah, nice to be back in the city. Lady Arabelle wants you back at Mandrake Manor, friend. I'll see you there.
Where you been?
I'm sure Lady Arabelle has something she needs me to do. Just between you and me, I don't mind the work too much. But don't let her know that.
Go and see.
Walker, Lady Arabelle wants to see you in the courtyard, out back.
How you doing, Casca?
You saved us, Walker. As strong as Casca is, that jungle was stronger. I wouldn't have lasted much longer without your help. If you need my claws, you only need to ask.
Zaji?
A successful rescue! What sounds better? Zaji, Deliverer of Freedom, or Captain Zaji, Bane of Amenos? Take your time. This one is going to print up calling cards, so I want to get it right.
Bane of Animals, definitely. How do you guys feel?
What wonders you accomplished, my friend. Not only did you rescue Prince Ernskar, you managed to bring Queen Irene and High King Emmerich back safely. Few heroes can say they've saved a king, a queen, and a prince all in the same day.
Aline?
Not many people escaped the jungle of Amenos. I'm impressed, Wayfarer. I only wish Zaji wasn't the one to pluck you from the shore. I'll never hear the end of his boasting now. Anyway, Lady Arabelle is waiting for you out back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here comes our hero now. Well done, my dear.
Excellent. Who wants a drink? The Prince of Windhelm is by.
Hold fast there, lad. We're safe for now, but the battle's just begun.
Bacaro.
What a service you have done for all of Tamriel. You rescued the Alliance leaders and secured the future of these peace talks. Lady Arabelle chose well when she selected you.
When will we begin the peace talks?
Very soon, but our delegates have been through an unimaginable ordeal. They might not admit it, but they need to rest. We'll move them to a secure location and give them time to recover. Then we'll proceed with the talks.
And the Ascended Order?
The Order still poses a threat, of course, but I trust Lady Arabelle to handle our security. I'm counting on her to deal with the Order while I prepare for the conference. The Ascendant Lord and his Magus surprised us once. They won't do so again.
Except you're probably the Ascendant Lord.
3 royals and a very large cat. Not a bad rescue, good looking. Not bad at all.
You earned the appreciation of the leaders of the 3 alliances this day, friend. The Queen of the Dominion will not forget your actions on our behalf. We can't celebrate just yet, though. We still need to deal with the Ascendant Order.
And Scar?
My friend, know that Prince Ernskar will honor the Skull King's wishes and see these peace talks through, provided Irene or Emmerich don't try to take advantage of the situation. But as Emmerich says, we should deal with the Ascendant Order first.
No, we should probably deal with the fact that you're in rags. Like, can we get him some clothes or armor, preferably?
I am in your debt, my friend. Know that I will negotiate in good faith for a lasting peace so long as Irene and Ernskar do the same. After we deal with the Ascendant Order, though, I think, those fanatics threaten all we hope to accomplish here.
Good work finding the Alliance leaders and getting them off Amenos safely. I'm quite proud of you, my dear. Lord Bacaro and I will spirit them to a more secure location shortly. Then we can turn our attention back to the Ascendant Order.
Yeah, the Ascendant Order plans to hold a large gathering somewhere in Ohio.
So Prince Ernskar told me. We'll get to that. First, you need to rest, and I need to make sure our royal guests remain safe. For now, take this. As long as I can count on you, there's more where that came from.
It's Jay's hunting bow. Should we have gotten that from his body? How does she have it? Oh.
Thanks. Over here, dear. We have more.